ears.
You're putting me in your ears.
Yes.
Do I need to put you in my
I
ears?
can't hear you. Ha ha. Can't hear Brit. Ha 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 ha. There.
Should I put my earbuds in too?
I'm only doing it because parental appearances may happen.
Fair.
I don't want them eavesdropping.
Fair.
Does the volume thing work?
Oh no, I think my water thing is empty. Oh,
I thought you went to go get some.
when?
When you said, I'm gonna go get some water.
No, I went to go get water. No, like my water jug.
Oh.
Like I have to go to the store and get more. Like I have to turn my jugs back in.
Gotcha.
And get more jugs.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I wish I was somebody who didn't mind tap water, but the tap water in this city is the most atrocious tap water on the face of the planet. It's so gross. And people who say you cannot taste a difference in water, you're wrong.
It's so funny. We have a viewer.
Huh?
We're live, remember?
I know we're live. I'm just saying.
I forgot.
Oh,
That's
so
funny.
hopefully now that I've changed this startup thing, hopefully my computer will run better.
Oh, I'll listen to your voice memo after the stream.
It was literally just me doing it and then answering my own questions and then being like, okay, I guess I'm done. Like it's literally nothing.
That's funny.
I had to stop watching. By watching, I mean rewatching a season I've watched a few times. Yeah, Minnesota tap water is the worst. It's genuinely the worst.
Ours isn't too bad. It's heavy water though, but we got a Brita filter, so we just put the water in there, let it filter, and then.
Yeah, that doesn't help. When it comes out of the freaking river.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily the Mississippi is actually like clean up here, unlike by the time it gets to the south. But relatively clean. The first mess comes through the Twin Cities. But like we get our water directly out of the river, where like when I worked south down the southern suburbs, I worked in Eagan and Apple Valley and stuff. They do groundwater. And if you don't know anything about groundwater in Minnesota, which is why Minnesota water is crap, is Minnesota is basically just an iron range. Like the whole freaking state. If it's not water, it's iron. And so like you're just drinking liquid iron if you're getting groundwater. It's awful.
No, thank you.
I usually can't tell tap water, at least not in the south central Wisconsin region, but I can definitely tell the difference between tap and rural water. I say rural weird. FYI. Rural.
No, I can't say rural.
Everything I do wrong, I just blame on the fact that I grew up multilingual.
Rural.
Rural.
I don't say words half the time. I just read them. So that's my excuse.
Very metallic tasting from all young. That's exactly it. That's all you get in Minnesota, unless it comes from a river. You get just iron. You just get iron. It's awful. I hate it.
It's such a stupid word. Rural.
Rural. Yeah, I don't know. I just say not the city. I say the country. Actually, in Minnesota, you're more likely to say just, if you say up north, that usually in the state of Minnesota is rural because most of up north is rural except for Duluth.
So it's like, yeah, country. Countryside. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Bippity boppity boop.
Your home city for the Mississippi ends. We're at the bottom of the cancer corridor. Yeah, I hear that it's practically solid by the time it gets to the Gulf of Mexico. Like, I have understood that the Mississippi is not good at that point. I've never been down there. I could have gone down there, but I stayed in town. I stayed here. And yes, there is a clothes hamper on my bed. I keep moving my thing. There's a clothes hamper on my bed for a reason, I promise. Why I just getting real cranky with my camera.
I forget wearing wired earbuds. It like rubs against like the fabric of stuff, and then you hear it in your ear, and it's driving me nuts.
Every time I have to go into the office because I have to wear a wired headset, and every time I like do a like have to be in a meeting or whatever, because we don't have in-person meetings, and as it is, my boss is thousands of miles away. So, but so anytime I have to do like a meeting, I have to wear a headset. And if I'm in the office, if my boss's boss walks by, like if my like location leader walks by and sees me with the headset that is not purchased by the company I work for, I would get in trouble. So I have to wear a wired headset whenever I'm in the office. And I'm like, I hate this. I hate being wired to my computer.
Right? Like, I like to be free.
Anonymity. Yeah, I can't say anonymity.
I probably should have said it first because now I'm gonna be like anonymity.
Fair. When I was a kid, I said Pacific instead of specific, but I think that's pretty
I
common.
still say Pacific. I will also go specific.
Specific.
It's specific. It's the Pacific Ocean.
Specific Ocean.
I do that for giggles though.
Yeah.
Just like I mispronounce. We're shush.
Oh, I mispronounce words on purpose all the time too.
It's so fun.
Like, I can't think of. Well, I mean, that's how Cosmo ended up with the nickname Mew Mew, was because I would pronounce his name Cosmew instead of Cosmo, and then he started reacting to that, so I started just calling him Cosmew all the time. And then to his face, like when I would call him, I would be like Cosmew, and he'd come over, he'd be like, "What?" And I started calling him Mew Mew, and I tell you what, he hated that nickname. He would sometimes react to it, but every once in a while, whenever he would react to it, he would just give me this most deadpan look. I mean, he had Eeyore face anyway, but like,
yeah, just like,
I don't know, he had Eeyore face. This one doesn't have Eeyore face.
No, he's way too expressive.
He's way too expressive to have Eeyore face. He's so Tigger if he's anything. Bouncy.
I can see. I could see that.
This one's wild. This one's Eeyore. No, this one's not Eeyore. This one's Tigger.
Right. It's making sounds in my ear I don't like. I'm playing with it, so it's my own fault, but
all right. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Now that we are already almost 10 minutes in. This is going to be a different kind of stream, maybe. I don't know. We might still just talk the whole time. But this is NaNoWriMo. We're in the middle. We're in the midst of NaNoWriMo, which if you're not familiar with what NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month. They put it in November because they hate me.
I actually found out the history of why. It's in
because they hate me.
No, it's because so the guy was Chris Beatty, the guy who like created NaNoWriMo.
Yeah.
He was going to do it in April, but then he thought, no, it'd be better to do it on like a month where there's nothing to look forward to anything. It's all gloomy. The weather's awful. You're not going to go anywhere. So they picked November and then people just went with it.
Nothing to look forward to. You've got Thanksgiving in the middle, not in the middle, at the end of it. And then you got Christmas the next month. And then you got New Year's 2 weeks or a week after that. Like, you got nothing to look forward to.
Well, let's see. Okay, if they did any other month, it'd be like January. There's nothing good in January. The weather's awful.
1 month. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Oh, wait, 31. What? No, I don't know. Don't mind me.
January has 31 days.
Yes.
I do the knuckle thing where you do like January, February, March, April, May.
I just do 30 days has September, April, June, and November.
See, I remember there's a chant, but I never remember the chant. So I'm just like, knuckles, January, February, March, April, May, June, July.
Clearly did not obsessively watch the 90s Little Rascals movie. when you were a kid, clearly.
No, I did not.
I obsessively watched that as a kid because they say that in the movie. And I had no idea what it was. I just would always repeat that line because it was really funny, because there were a lot of really great jokes in that movie. And it was, let's see, the bullies come up to him and he's like, when was the last time we beat you up? And he goes, let's see, today's the 10th. I can't remember the whole thing anymore, but then he goes, 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Yesterday.
Oh, he is American, but I don't remember like where he's from. I want to say California, but that sounds wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, Google.
Yeah, maybe he's Canadian and they already had their Thanksgiving. They had their Thanksgiving in early October.
He has a website.
But not a lot of people celebrate Thanksgiving anymore because, history.
I like celebrating it for the food, but I also work that day usually, so it's like I don't care anymore.
I like celebrating it because one of my favorite meals in the entire world is turkey, mashed potatoes, and cranberry sauce. Like that is one of my favorite things in the entire world. And my sister always hosts, and my sister never makes it. So like one time she made ham, and I was like, Melissa, I hate ham. And she's like, oh, I thought you liked ham. I thought you hated turkey. And I was like, so I was a vegetarian that day.
Well, it's funny she listed those 3 things. I'm like, I like one of those things. I am a ham person.
I am not a ham person.
Nobody has either made the turkey good enough, or I just don't like turkey. I have yet to figure out which one it is.
My dad threatened that one time that if Melissa ever made ham again, he'd make me lutefisk, and I'd be like, I'd still be vegetarian. This is a good question. I actually don't mind either one, but my sister makes the best, like, I don't want to say real, because I mean they're both cranberry sauce. And we reframe our way of talking about food, or at least I have reframed the way I talk about food. It's real food, it's real. But I do like my sister's cranberry sauce, which she home makes. Put it that way. But I like both. I don't mind either one. But my sister makes the best homemade cranberry sauce. Okay. Anyway, so that's NaNoWriMo. So basically, that's what NaNoWriMo stands for, National Novel Writing Month. Happens in November. The whole point, if you're not familiar, is that you are challenging yourself to write 50,000 words over the course of these 30 days. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Fun fact, Deepwater, the book that I just released, that was actually my NaNoWriMo project in 2018. If you didn't catch my video announcing my book, I talked about kind of the history of it. But that was my NaNoWriMo project in 2018. And I won, but it wasn't done because NaNoWriMo is only 50,000 words, and my book is about 80,000, just a little under 80,000 words. So I had quite a bit more to write when NaNoWriMo was over.
Just a bit.
Yeah, but I also put it on hold for like how many years? 18, so 19, 20, 21. I finished it last year, so like 4 years. I put it on hold, then finished it early last year.
Woohoo!
And then went through all of the troubles and tribulations to get it actually out. But
it's out now.
Yeah. Anyway, so I have competed in NaNoWriMo 2018, 21, 22, and now 23. And I won the 3 that I did before. I did NaNoWriMo a couple of times before that, and I lost both times that I tried it. And I was pretty sure I was going to lose last year because my life is so busy October and November
It's wild.
For privacy purposes, I'm not going to say why my life is busy during these 2 months, but my life is pretty busy these 2 and don't always have a lot of time. So
yeah, I think I've only successfully won 1 year.
Yeah.
Just 1 year out of the many years that I've tried. Usually I either get stuck or I just can't keep going because there's just too much stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Fine.
So yeah, I'm still on track at this point. Personally, I know you are not. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, and everybody. Okay. Here's the thing with Kay. Okay, so Kay started writing a story, which I will let them talk about. But like, they started writing a story, right? And then they got inspiration for another story. So they've essentially been simultaneously writing 2 stories at the same time. Now, granted, is there a specific rule that says that these 50,000 words have to be one story? So, don't you all agree with me that they can absolutely use both stories for their 50,000 word count? Let's just take a vote. Let's take a vote in the chat on who agrees. Anyway, that's my soapbox. I'll put my microphone down now.
So okay, so yes, 2 stories, but also technically okay, so the NaNoWriMo that I was doing this year was, I'll try to do a fantasy like mystery sort of book. So I had a very, 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 very faint idea of what that would be. So I started it November 1st. I had PTO. I was off that day. We were doing pretty good. And then I just hit a wall. And I discovered it's because one of the characters needed to be changed. Like, they needed to be, the 2 of the 3 characters needed to be a couple. So I had to change the one character completely. So I went from the first version being 5,000 words to changing it to version 2 is now around 10,000 or so. I loaded it up because I want to see like how many I would be if we counted all of them together. So that is currently, I think, at like 10,000. And then what, like a week ago, I got inspiration to do like a 3rd revision retelling of like a couple that's going to be in the novella series that I'm doing. So I started doing that, and that has surpassed the NaNoWriMo book. So it's just been weird. This NaNoWriMo has been weird. Unexpectedly weird.
I am just saying.
I want to see like how much it would be now. Let's pull out the calculator.
There you go. See, it's not like the novel police are going to come out and get you after the fact. Like it's not like the people of NaNoWriMo are going to be like, oh, this person cheated.
Can you imagine? They're like, we have to ding you because you cheated. You counted 3 projects instead of 1.
And I technically, in 2018, didn't write a whole novel. Just saying.
I have many times not written a whole novel. I have many times stopped at like 5,000.
Same. So one of the projects I'm working on this next year is one that I came up with when I was in high school. And that when I finally sat down to write that story, I got to like 48,000 words, I think, with that one. I was like, this is like the closest I've ever gotten to writing a whole like novel. And then I couldn't continue to write it. So I ended up writing it, finishing it, or not finishing it, restarting it completely because there was something fundamentally wrong with the story because I could not move it forward. Like my main character kept being like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just gotta walk.
Me.
What are you doing?
No, that's like my couple. They're like, story who? There's only one plot I'm interested in.
You remember that was my problem with Where the Vinyl Ends too. The literal problem you're having right now was the problem. I complained about that with you so many times. I'm like, these characters are driving me crazy. If you've never written a story, you may not fully understand that the characters are alive. You give them life, or maybe they live in a parallel universe and you're just tapping into that universe to tell their story in this universe. I don't know. But either way, those characters are freaking alive, okay? And they will do what they want. Just saying.
So I added up all of the word counts of the things that were involved. Since November 1st, we're at 29,545 words.
It's above the goal you set for yourself. And you're supposed to be at 30,000 today.
Oh, well, boom. See, I probably would have been higher too, but I've had a migraine the past 2 days.
See, here's the thing. Use both of them. Why not?
I might. I don't know, because like the actual NaNoWriMo book, I'm kind of mad at it because the characters, like, yes, the one character was supposed to like disappear, whatever, but like, this is not a spoiler because I don't know when this book is coming out, but he straight up dies before they get to the point they're supposed to get to. And so the like group is like, well, I guess we'll just bury him and leave. It's like, what am I supposed to do now?
Great. Love that for you. I love that for you.
I'm just like, guys. So now I have to like figure something out. I don't know. Maybe I'll turn it into a horror book and somebody saw what they did and think that they murdered him or something. I don't know. I may have to do that.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, this character is not alive anymore, but
he's like, I'm over this.
He's like, I'm done.
He couldn't handle the snow. No, it was more like the creature that was in the snow that he couldn't handle. But I digress. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, with The Man from the Stars, which is it's a trilogy that I started thinking about in high school, and I mean, you're already well aware of that, but some people in this chat might not be.
I am well aware of it.
Yeah. And you're probably well aware of my issues with the first time I tried to write it.
Yes.
My main character was like, I don't want to save the world.
Like, I thought that was hilarious. Like, how about no?
Not for me. I'm not a hero. Like, I don't want to save the world. It's fine. The world can burn. Like,
I think it'd be funny to actually like write a book where the character is like, how about no? And then, so the one person who's supposed to get them is just following them like, no, you really should actually do this. You're the chosen one. You need to do this. No, I have a book club in like 2 days. No, thank you. I have to finish this book about like, adventures and chosen people. I really love that.
Let me just be a young adult, okay? Like I kind of want to just go and like do things. I'm about to go to college. Thanks.
That sounds really exhausting. No, thank you.
That sounds dangerous.
I don't like pointy things.
That sounds like not my jam.
Sounds like a you problem.
Why don't you save the world?
Does it have to be a teenager? Because, like, come on now. I'm busy.
I've got things to do.
I think I hear my mom calling me. Bye.
Oh my god.
An adult walks by. Stranger danger! Stranger danger! I know.
Yeah, it was a fun little journey, and I kept being like, Mom, I don't understand why she keeps walking away. It's the fate of the world here. And she's like, there's something fundamentally wrong with your story. And I was like, thanks. That's helpful.
Tell me what? You must figure that out yourself, young Padawan.
So it took me because the actual story itself was inspired by both Power Rangers and by Animorphs, which were 2 series, Save the World, sci-fi-esque series that I loved when I was a kid. And I was like, I want to write something like that. Like, I want to write something that really like resonates with like a teenage kid, not kid, but like teenage audience. You know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to write something that would resonate with them. And so I don't remember where I was going with this. I was going somewhere. I don't remember where I was going with that. My brain is mush. Like I said, this time of year for me is
brain mush.
Brain is mush.
Right.
Hopefully I'll remember at some point. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember. I remember where I was going with that.
Okay.
It came back. Well,
yay! Quick, say it before it leaves.
Sorry, I just got distracted because Doctor Who apparently is trending on Twitter.
Is there a new Doctor?
Well, yeah. Don't you know anything?
I know so much.
It's also coming up to the 60th anniversary too, so that's probably why. Anyway, so what ended up happening. This is what it's like for me right now. So I ended up like, because as people who watch my channel know, I started rewatching. I've been rewatching Power Rangers off and on my whole life, but since I was 7 years old and it started. But thanks to that, and then thanks to like the 2017 movie, and then rewatching the Animorphs TV series, and now getting into the graphic novels of the Animorphs series, it's really like put my focus back on it, and it's really made me help go, oh, I think I know what was wrong with the story. So I think I might actually be able to write it this time.
Yay!
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah. He was really good in that. And I adore him, and I think he's gonna play an amazing Doctor. I think he's gonna do an incredible job.
Oh wait, they picked the new Doctor?
Oh yeah. No, we've known who the new Doctor is for like a year and a half now.
Okay, I feel like I heard about it, was like cool, and then nothing else happened, so I forgot about it.
Yeah, but then because there's already been a regeneration where he went. Spoiler alert for Doctor Who if you're not caught up. Where it's been everywhere. Where he went back to, well, just say he went back to an old face for a little while. Somebody who already played the Doctor again for a minute. And now it's going to be, I can't remember how to pronounce his first name, but Gatwa. I usually only use the last names anyway.
I forget names.
I usually go by, unless it's the Bakers, because there's two people named Baker who have played the Doctor. So I'll say Tom Baker or Colin Baker. Because
I knew Tom Baker. I feel so smart.
Because Tom Baker is my favorite Doctor, and you've been friends with me.
Yeah, that's, probably.
And to be fair, if you don't follow Doctor Who even just a little bit, you probably don't give a crap about David Tennant, okay? Or him as the Doctor, I suppose. Heck yeah. Best Doctor. Also longest played Doctor ever.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he played the Doctor the longest amount of time.
Nice. I haven't watched any Doctor Who. Like, I get the idea of it because of you, but
you would genuinely probably like it. You would probably like Classic Who, and you would probably like the New Who, even though they feel entirely different. Like, there's an entirely different feel to them. I grew up on, I started watching a Tom Baker, but it's like on PBS when I was a kid. And so I started watching Tom Baker, and I watched Peter Davidson and Colin Baker, and then Sylvester McCoy. And then I forgot about it for a long time. And then the reboot happened in 2005, and I was like, oh, I forgot this was a thing. Anyway. So let's pull up, if I have it somewhere.
The outline?
Yeah.
I have it pulled up because I'm prepared.
Well, excuse me. I have it pulled up too. I just wasn't sure which. As we were talking about with my computer running slow, which window it's in. Okay, so what have we accomplished since our last stream? So my goal was to finish Where the Vinyl Ends. Check. I finished Where the Vinyl Ends. I did finish that before November. Managed to finish it. Finish the first draft at the end of October. So I'm very proud of myself for that. In enough time that I didn't have to write on Halloween and I could watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Nice. Which I have not seen yet.
Oh my gosh. It's actually really good. Especially, I mean, were you ever a fan of the games or did you ever play the games?
I played the game on stream because somebody gifted it to me and I didn't sleep for like 2 days after that because...
Which one did you play? The first
one?
Okay.
But it was more like, so that was at my old theater. And at the old theater, we had like the one manager's office and we had a screen with all the security cameras on it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, oh, yay, Freddy's going to sneak up on me. I'm going to have an animatronic. Yay! I did not bode well those first few days.
I love that Five Nights at Freddy's finally made, well, the existence of Five Nights at Freddy's has finally made Chuck E. Cheese remove their animatronics.
It's so funny. It's like, they're like, no, it has nothing to do with, yeah, sure, okay. We know. We know.
We know.
You can say no all you want. It's so funny.
But Shooty, that's what I thought. That's what I thought about how to pronounce the new doctor's name, first name, Shooty. But yeah, I thought it was either Shooty or Chooty. I couldn't remember if it was a sh or a ch. But I actually heard him pronounce it at one point, and I was like, I'm gonna remember that because I want to be a good person to remember that. And then I forgot because I have terrible short-term memory. I
recently learned one of my favorite artists. I've been mispronouncing her name. It's actually Tuvelu, not Tuvlo. So I was like, I feel crushed, but now I know how to pronounce it.
I mispronounce my own last name, so
can't mispronounce mine.
My last name, I pronounce it like I always say I'm a lazy American, and I pronounce it like a lazy American.
It's funny.
If you want to know the actual pronunciation, the official like Norwegian pronunciation is Hlas, is the Norwegian pronunciation. I say Hallis because I'm a lazy American.
There's a bubble on one of the stickers on my laptop and it's driving me nuts.
Anyway, so yeah, so I finished the first draft of Where the Vinyl Ends. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up right away in December or if I'm going to take December off from writing. Or if I take a couple of months off from Where the Vinyl Ends and finish the first draft of The Man from the Stars that I started last NaNoWriMo. I don't know yet exactly what I'm going to do. But I finished that first draft late October. Like I said, I did not have to write on Halloween, so I was able to sit down and watch Five Nights at Freddy's and then watch Hocus Pocus because I was not about to go to bed after that. But no, that's what I was going to say. So if you've played the games or if you know anything about the games, like if you've watched playthroughs of the games or played the games yourself, there's a lot of really great elements to it that make you, that the people who have actually like played the game or watched people play the game will, you'd appreciate it because like, I was able to find like little things in the movie that just made me go, that's for the fan. So, I mean, aside from the fact that a bunch of YouTubers that made Five Nights at Freddy's go viral were all in it, except for Markiplier, but I guess it was because he had a scheduling conflict. But anyway, and then to be at 30,000 words on my Nano project, which I'm not at right now, but I'm not behind. So all I have to do is write the 1,667 words today to get there. Actually, I don't have to write that quite that much because I think I'm like 20 words ahead.
Ooh.
But I spent the morning playing The Sims. By playing The Sims, I mean building and getting ready for the new expansion pack coming out. I can't wait to be let down by this expansion pack. I'm so excited.
Have you seen? It's like Envio or something. It's like similar to The Sims, but it's like better than The Sims.
I think that's didn't it recently come out?
I
Yeah,
saw like a video.
I remember there being a bunch of like sim YouTubers that found stuff about it. Somebody who actually worked on The Sims, on like the original game, The Sims, created it or something. I can't remember the specifics of it anymore. But yeah, I've heard of it. But I don't know, man. I will always be brand loyal to The Sims. I've been playing The Sims for 23 years. You can't take it away from me now.
Did you ever play the Facebook version?
Yes.
Same. Back when Facebook had good games.
Yeah, I did. And then my sim randomly fell in love with one of my friends, and I was like, that's awkward.
Maybe we don't play this for what
happen. And that's genuine. I did not intend for that to happen.
I mean, The Sims do what The Sims are gonna do.
I don't even know. Like, I was just hanging out with him a lot because we were friends, and then all of a sudden, next thing I saw was my sim had like a love bar, and I was like, stop.
Like hanging out a lot.
Fun fact,
we love each other.
I was a freshman in college. He was like a junior in college at the time, I think, when we met. I did have a crush on him back in the day. I don't anymore.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so I will be at 30,000 words by the end of the day. That won't be a problem. I'm so behind in uploading on my shorts. I was so good at it first. Like, film my TikTok, put the TikTok up, save it, or put it into SnapTik so it removes the watermark, throw it up on YouTube. Like, I was on point for many days, and I was like, who cares about YouTube Shorts? So all of it. I'm only a few days behind. It's fine.
That's so funny. I haven't done any, so I'm not behind at all. Ha ha ha.
Content creation.
I don't make content creation. Don't be silly.
Staying top of mind to market myself. Just kidding. It's not the only reason I do content creation. I just do it to be a creative person. Oh man. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I will be at 30,000 words by the end of the day. I'm hopefully gonna write some more tomorrow, like just in general, and actually like get a decent amount ahead, maybe like a day ahead, so that if there is a day where I'm really struggling, like the day I only wrote like 128 words, I can just keep my streak going and just write whatever I can, and then but not feel like I'm falling way behind.
Yeah.
Or stay a few days ahead, or stay a day ahead and not finish on the 30th. But I've got a long weekend next week. So
fun.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Woo, woo.
Sunday.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that.
Every time. It's funny. I'll do it with any day of the week, because I was talking with my boss earlier this week, and she said, so on Monday, and I was like, Monday. And she said, Sunday. And I was like, I know.
Yeah. We know. We don't care. It's fun. Leave us alone.
Oh, man. Anyway, so your goal, Kay, was to be at 25,000 on your Nano project and maybe finish book 1, volume 2 on your regular project.
We have not touched the regular project unless you count the side book that happened.
the other story you're writing.
The one that's at like almost 14,000 words. I'm pretty sure I started that like last week. It has not been a whole month since I started that. It just
yeah, you just went to town. Much like your characters.
They were like, plot who?
We don't need a plot.
That's for the other series, guys.
We just want each other.
Basically. It's like, can you not? There has to be some form of plot going on.
I said, that was my one problem with where the vinyl ends too, was like these two people were just hot for each other. And I was like, stop, you're not supposed to feel this way yet. I'm glad you have the chemistry, but get out of here.
Like, at least mine did what they were supposed to do. It's like, okay, you two meet under weird circumstances, you don't like each other, then you kind of tolerate each other, and then you fall in love. Okay, cool. But it's like after that, they're like, yes. Nothing else matters.
So stupid. Characters are so stupid.
Right?
Anyway.
Like, can you not?
But yeah, and then you already shared where you kind of are with your writing. You said you were like at 29,000 something.
Yeah, if you include all 3 of the things that I've done this November.
ADHD at its best, Kay. ADHD at its best.
Well, in my defense, one is like a revision of the Nano book project because I was like, this character needs to not be this age and under this circumstance. So, blah. So,
but yeah, so that's great. So we're still on good track, in my opinion. I think we're still in a good spot.
I think so. Words are being worded.
Words are happening. Words are being worded.
I don't have a migraine today, so I can actually write.
I can tear myself away from The Sims even just a little, because I'm so stupid excited for this expansion pack of The Sims.
I mean, it's like me with any time my rhythm game has a new DLC, I'm like super stoked. Or when it gets like a new season, I'm like, bye.
But I know it's gonna be real buggy. Like, I know it's gonna be glitchy as heck. Aww. And I'm gonna be so disappointed, and I'm gonna be like, I just messed up my entire game by downloading this at all. Like, it's the whole reason I have not gotten Dine Out or Wedding Stories, the 2 other DLCs that I don't have for The Sims, is because they're buggy, and I know they're buggy, and I don't want them to break my game. So, super random question. Is letter B missing from the sentence of the last line and the back cover? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It looked fine in the proof, and then when the book printed, it just wasn't there.
On the Amazon like site, if you look at the back, it's missing on there too. It's like the print just like
it's so weird. If I showed you the actual proof of the wrap, it's not like that.
That is so wild.
Really weird.
It's limited edition.
My wrap artist and I had so much trouble with that to begin with, like getting it to work on Amazon, right? So I think it has to do with that, which is so weird because you would think that it wouldn't be there. You'd think it would be like somewhere along the edge or something. I don't know. It's weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on all of them. It's really weird and stupid. Like, I've got I don't want to accidentally show my address. My address is only on this flap. But yeah. Where is it?
Right up. There you go.
The very last line, the very last thing right there. Right here.
That is so silly.
So weird. So bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre.
Oh.
Good, I didn't break anything.
Please don't.
No, unfortunately, it's not just your copy.
It's every copy ever.
Mm.
Is the other website like that?
Yeah, Ingram Spark does the same thing.
That's weird.
It's really weird. Yeah, it's really bizarre.
No B for Brit.
I mean, I have to use it for my first name, so.
Nah, now you're Rit.
I should change my name. Oops, come on. What I should do is do this there. Actually, we'll do it like that. There.
Are we playing Guess the Word?
Yeah.
What's funny is I could just do this.
But yeah, so what are the So do we want to talk about like what we're writing a little bit for NaNoWriMo?
I mean, mine is literally making me so angry. I want to just
throw it out the window.
Yes, I want to turn it into a physical thing, crumple it up, and eat it.
Does this make you feel better? I haven't sent it yet. Does this make you feel better?
It does make me feel better.
I haven't sent it yet. I need to send it.
Makes me happy.
Put this in here too. I'm giving you another present.
Ooh, a secret present?
Yes.
I like presents.
I'm giving you another present. I have to send both yours and Dylan's presents.
Crazy.
Something for Dylan at the convention too. Kay is just walking around our thing. Just see block K just
now I want to do it on purpose.
Hey, I think we need to see our co-host.
Our co-host? Do you mean the wonderful, the fantastical, the brilliant Van Gogh? Van Gogh!
He is saving the world. He's unlike my main character from the first time I attempted to write The Man from the Stars. And he's like, no, this bitch isn't going to save the world. I'm going to save the world.
One Koopa at a time.
One Koopa at a time.
It's the best. Yeah, I was like, what is Van Gogh doing now?
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh is saving the world.
Saving the world. So my NaNoWriMo project is also making me want to cry a lot. Because it is a hot mess. Like when I say I word vomit my first draft, I did not mean it to this extent, y'all. This is word vomit at its best. I don't even know if there's an actual story. I mean, there is, but so mine is actually. So there are two big stories I came up with while I was in high school. There was a sci-fi one, which is The Man from the Stars. And then there is a fantasy one that was originally actually supposed to be like an OEL manga. And then I remembered I'm terrible at drawing.
I really wish I could draw because I feel like the novella series would look really cool as a graphic novel.
Yeah. So I think that until you said, wait, let me rephrase that.
Actually, correction. I am a great drawer. Look at this. Look at this cover art. It's the best.
Oh my God, that brings memories back from last month. I need to my glasses.
I was low-key tempted to be like, hey guys, so my nano book's not done, but I was inspired to make a cover for it. So here's the cover, but I didn't have the energy for it. So
yeah, because the last one when I was like, here's my cover, in case like, here's my cover.
I kept doing first. We did mine first, yeah.
Because we were gonna be like, oh my gosh, Kay has a cover.
Guys, I'm so excited. Oh.
But anyway, but the fantasy one was originally going to be an OEL manga specifically, and then I was like, I'm good at like drawing faces. Like I can draw faces, but like me trying to draw bodies or hands or anything like that, bish, I can't do it.
I draw stick figures.
I had a teacher in high school that wouldn't let us draw stick figures.
Rude.
Because they're naked.
I mean, just doodle some pants.
Well, it's like if you draw clothes on them, then they're not stick figures.
But they're still a stick figure. They just have clothes on them.
That teacher was weird. I don't think he teaches at my old high school anymore, but he was teaching there when my cousin's kids were going, because my dad's side of the family all moved there. And so my cousin's kids did and are going to my old high school. And my cousin's husband one day, it was actually at Noreen's funeral. that he asked me this, and he goes, okay, if you don't know, Noreen was my dad's mom, and we did not have a relationship, but I still went to her funeral when she died because one, my therapist thought it'd be very good to see that she was not alive anymore for my PTSD, but also because I wanted to be there for my dad because obviously he cared about his mom. I don't know why, but he did. Anyway, one day I'll tell the story about Noreen. But that is not a story that I feel like tackling at the moment. That's all you need to know. And you can come to your own conclusions about why I have PTSD and why we didn't have a relationship and why I am like, yeah, so when she died. Anyway, so my cousin's husband and I were sitting at the reception after her funeral, and he was like, can I ask you a question? Like a real honest to God question. And I was like, sure, what's up? He's like, you had Mr. in high school, right? And I was like, yes. He was still relatively new at teaching back then. I think he was probably like in his mid-20s. He's like, great. He goes, because was he just always high? And I was like, yeah. Yeah. And I would hear stories about him going into the back of the school and smoking pot with like the kids, with the teenagers. And I was like,
no.
So yeah, no, he wouldn't let us draw stick figures because they were naked.
Dumb.
So one of my friends from high school and I would purposely draw naked stick figures then after that. just to spite him.
That's funny. Oh.
But yeah, so this particular project that I'm working on, this NaNoWriMo, so what happened was I found a story that I wrote when I was literally 12. Like I have a date on it and everything. And it was like days after my 12th birthday. And it was a very just weird story. It was clearly like some kind of vocab story. Because there's words that are underlined and I used most of them incorrectly. Like 2 of them, I couldn't figure out how to put that into my story. So I just made them the names of the characters.
Which I think was hilarious.
And I used those words to create the actual names of the characters. So those words are still very much part of the names. They're just not the actual names. Cannot confirm nor deny. Cannot confirm nor deny. I was just gonna leave it there. Draw your own conclusion. Anyway, so hey, what are you doing?
I don't know.
I've been seeing that on your forehead for a while, but like still. Anyway, so I found it. Well, I found this whole thing. So when I graduated high school, they gave us, those of us that were still at the high school, we filled it out sometime freshman year of high school because I remember filling out this questionnaire. And they gave it back to us plus like a few my dog just made a weird noise. With a few like assignments that they'd kept all these years. And one of them was this like vocab story that maybe one day I will do a dramatic reading of. I've done a dramatic reading for our group chat. I think actually a couple times I did it.
You have, yes. And it's hilarious every time.
Because Melissa missed it first time. And so I did it again for Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've done a dramatic reading of this story a couple times. And like there's at one point where a character just says, I am grief. And then at one point he wants to draw a portrait of the other character while asleep. A portrait, not a portrait, a portrait. Anyway, like I said, I used most of the words wrong. I was 12, okay? I'm just going to blame my dyslexia and the fact that I grew up bilingual and move on from there, okay? How many times can I use I grew up bilingual as an excuse for really bad English?
Many times. Many times.
Excellent. That's all I needed to know.
As many as you want.
Okay?
As many as you want.
Anyway. And I grew up with a grandparent, with a grandmother who did not actually, I mean, she knew English. She spoke it fluently. But whenever she did speak English, it was... she didn't understand. There was a lot lost in translation with my grandmother.
She was trying.
She tried. She spoke English fluently. It was just... she didn't always understand all of the words that she was using. And she would use them because she's heard them. And sometimes they were not appropriate. Usually dirty words.
That's
that funny. She would say then to her teenage grandchildren, and all of a sudden, Grandma! And I have to explain to her, one, that we know what that word means, and two, why she should not be using it.
That's funny.
My grandmother should have just stuck to Norwegian. Let's just go with that. Anyway, so I found that and I read it and I was like, this actually is kind of a fun story. I mean, there's nothing in the middle. Like, it's literally the beginning and the end, and literally no middle.
Who needs a middle?
They're going on a dare, is what the story is. They're going on a dare because they were dared to go on a dare. I don't know what that means. Me did. And so, but they never go on this dare. Like, they just go down the river for a little while on a raft, on an inflatable raft, but on a raft nonetheless. And then they go into a town, and then they're like, this is a great restaurant. This has great ceilings. Ceilings is underlined. And then they're like, oh my gosh, we have to go to the island because the people that gave us the dare are stuck on the island. I would just let them be stuck on the freaking island. They're evil creatures that gave you a dare. Why are you going to save them?
Because they're nice.
It doesn't end happy. The story ends very sad because my main characters don't get any mail. Okay. So basically, I'm rewriting that as an actual story with an actual middle.
I think it's so funny. It's the best. I love it. Oh, I doodled this on purpose. So this is our nano book. And there it goes.
Okay, there you go. Okay, my friend had to explain to her very Lutheran mom the different definitions of cornholing, which is a beanbag toss type game, how her mom was using it, but also, yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
So, no, so my grandmother, the very last birthday card she gave my niece, mind you, at the time, God, how old was my niece at the time? I don't even know. I'd have to do the math. Oh, I don't have to do the math. She was, okay. She was like 8.
Okay.
Was the last birthday card she got from my grandmother. And it was a squirrel. It said, I'm nuts for you. And my grandmother understood, though, being nuts for someone is like, I love you. And it was a squirrel, which eats nuts, right? Well, there is a different, also slang term that we use the word nuts for.
Oh, no.
I'm just gonna let you draw your own conclusions about what was on the cover of that card. The cover of that card that my grandmother was like, this makes sense. And we were all like, oh, no, Grandma. No, We didn't tell her. We didn't tell her. We knew at that point in time, we knew she was like dying. And so we weren't going to be like making her feel bad. So my sister was like, "This is great. Thanks, Grandma." Tusen Tag. She never did. Because again, everything was lost in translation with my grandmother because she spoke, her first language was Norwegian. So like, and she spoke English fluently, but that doesn't mean she understood slang all the time. Have I ever told the smut story?
I don't know.
My grandma and I were at a grocery store, not a grocery store or gas station. And we had never been there before. And my grandmother's favorite thing, entire world, like tabloids. Like my uncle is a bat kind of tabloids. Like the Examiner, wasn't that what it was called? The Examiner, the Inquirer, like that kind of
The Inquirer, I think, yeah.
Yeah. That's the kind of stuff she liked.
Oh
she knew they were real stories. And so she just loved the drama of them. And she was, this is great. I didn't believe any of them. Now, we understood that she called them smut magazines. Because to her, the word smut means just trash, right? That's what she thought smut meant. Well, other people didn't understand that that's what she meant. So we were standing there. This kid couldn't have been more than 16, 17 years old. I'm like 15. And I'm staying there with my grandmother. And she goes, "Where do you keep your smut magazines?" I go, "Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no." And I'm like, "What do I do? How do I get out of this situation? How do I get out of this situation without grandma knowing that I know what porn is?" Okay. How do I get out of this? That's how my grandmother learned not to use the word smut anymore.
That's funny.
My grandmother was a wonderful woman.
Yes.
And that's exactly what he said. He said, "Oh, we keep them behind the counter." And just, "Well, why do you keep them there? Nobody will find them."
Oh no.
Yeah, she did. She thought it just meant like wild, trashy, like the trashy magazine kind of thing. Yeah, that's what she thought it was. Yeah, she didn't. Okay, yeah, let me go back to that. Yeah, so she wasn't into celebrity gossip. She was literally just into like alien abduction stories and that kind of stuff. So those kind of tabloids. The ones they make fun of in Men in Black were like the kind of things she read all the time. Loved them. Anyway, my grandmother was a wonderful woman.
It's so funny.
The other one, not so much, but that's fine.
Well, you know.
I'd be quiet. My parents just got back home, and I don't know if my dad will come down into this general vicinity or not. So I don't want to like be trashing his mom. But the other one, not so much. I love how I'll do it on a public platform, but I won't do it in front of his face.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so that was ADHD mode activated par deux.
Par deux.
Par deux. Like Van Gogh.
Van Gogh, you say? Saving the world?
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh, go!
Save the world, Van Gogh.
He's got a magical paintbrush now.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. What are we? I mean, I guess so. Next time we get together, NaNoWriMo will be over. So hopefully we have both won.
Victory.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
Oh, man.
Oh, hold on.
Let's be very quiet. Should I just like sneak away? Okay, I'm going to highlight this comment for when they get back.
So mom says hi.
Hi, Mom.
I'll tell her you said hi back.
I'm gonna say your mom finally gets to meet me after almost 14 years.
Right?
It will probably be 14 years, but it will be, because it was February. We would have met in February of 2010, because that was when I started NaNoWriMo. Not NaNoWriMo. That's what I started NaNoWriMo.
November who?
I start all the way in February, okay?
You're either really late or really early.
That's when I started Mission Otaku, was in February.
Oh my gosh. It's like a whole lifetime ago.
Oh my God, it was a lifetime ago, dude. But yeah, my mom finally gets to meet me in April after 14 years of our friendship.
That is wild.
Me in February, in April. When I would normally be going to Detour probably, but I'm not doing that anymore.
Feel on them.
I was pretty much done with that convention anyway. I was kind of bored of it. So, all right. So now we're going to be done with NaNoWriMo by the next time our next stream comes around, which apparently Kay has already been like, hey, how about this?
Well, I have to prepare because like we get this 12-month like occupancy prediction. So it's like this weekend is pretty high, and then after it's a little low, and then it's low, and then like the weekend before Christmas. So here's our low, and it goes up to like here.
Yeah. I remember I only went to a premiere, like a Christmas premiere once. And oddly enough, it just so happened to coincide with when we had custody of Noreen for Christmas. It's weird, right?
That is wild. I
mean, like literally. It was also to go see Into the Woods, which is like my favorite Broadway show, and it came out on Christmas Day. And my friend Kelly, who is a big musical theater person, and then our other friend Judy, who is another big musical theater person, are like, you probably don't want to go on Christmas Day, because Judy is Jewish, and so Judy and her mom always go on Christmas Day to a movie, and because they celebrate Hanukkah, obviously, and yes, maybe not obviously, but they celebrate Hanukkah. And so because it was Into the Woods, Kelly was going to go, and Kelly was like, you probably don't want to go. I'm like, Noreena's here, I'm coming.
We're going now. Yeah, no. Christmas Day at the theater, like the movie theater, is the absolute worst. Please don't go. Please don't go.
Somebody's coming down the stairs. I don't know who it is. But anyway, yeah, so that was the only time. But I actually have so much time off in December. Like,
that's wild.
Whoever it was went into the laundry room, not into my unit. It's fine.
They're like, Detour.
I think it's probably my mom. But yeah, and so yeah, I know how busy it is, because I remember going there and I was like, I didn't expect there to be this many people.
It is wild. I assume it's because like Christmas Eve is super dead. So I assume everybody does Christmas on Christmas Eve mostly. And then they're so tired of their family, they decide, let's go to the movies.
I mean, that's how Norwegian culture is Eve. Most of Europe culture, I guess, is Christmas Eve.
I guess Christmas Eve is the one day we actually close early.
Yeah. I get my mom's birthday off this year, which is kind of fun. Ooh. My mom probably doesn't have her birthday off, but I have her birthday off.
We have to like coordinate with birthdays. It's like, all right, when are we doing this thing? On your birthday or the weekend of your birthday?
I remember when I worked in the pet industry, one of the times I worked in the pet industry. I worked in the pet industry a few times, but specifically when I worked at Petco, the last one I worked at, I was the manager of the like live animals. So you go into a Petco and you see like, you know, the small animals. I don't say rodents because not all of them are rodents. Small animals and the aquatics and the tanked animals. Again, I don't say reptiles or amphibians because there are hermit crabs over there, and they're neither a reptile or amphibian, tanked animals, and then the birds, I was head of that. Well, of course, when you're head of that, you have to go in and feed them and administer medication to those who need medication every day. So guess who got to go in Christmas morning?
Oh, fun.
The other time I worked Christmas Day was at Caribou Coffee, when I worked at Caribou Coffee, which is like Starbucks, but better because it,
Is better.
They treat their employees better.
We like that.
Have not sided with genocide. Saying.
Facts be facts.
And their coffee is better because they don't burn it.
That's good. We don't like burnt coffee.
I had to work Christmas Day then too, and it was like dead until like 10 o'clock. We were open until noon, and it was dead until like 10 o'clock. And so like the 6 of us that were there for the whole like day the shift was, so we got there at like 5 o'clock in the morning, left at noon, and we were just like so bored. We had already gone through like all of the morning things, and we were all like, I don't know what to do now. And then like nobody was there. The only thing we would get were phone calls like, are you open today? How late are you open? So it got to a point where my friend Maureen would answer the phone, be like, thank you for calling Caribou Coffee. We're open till noon. Okay, thanks, bye. Like, she would answer the phone. And so we threw ourselves a Christmas party.
That's fun.
Then 10 o'clock happened. And we all made like $50 in tips.
Jeez.
In 2 hours. It was ridiculous. Like it was
wild.
Out the door, around the corner kind of line. Like it was stupid. I was like,
oh my gosh.
Did you all just sleep in and now you're like, let's go get coffee?
Probably, yeah.
So stupid.
Or they were like,
stop being open on Christmas Day. But
I know I don't buy Starbucks, so
I don't either, because again, I'd rather, if I'm going to go out if I'm going to go out and get coffee, I'm not going to go somewhere where they actively burn their coffee. What are you doing? Okay.
Hello.
Kay says hi.
No, I said hello.
She said hello.
Hello.
They said hello. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
She said hello back. FYI.
Hello.
I know. I'm the one coming to find you. You're not gonna come here and meet my mom. Whatever. It's fine. That's the only reason I'm going to Texas, is to meet your mom. That's the only reason.
That's the only reason? Aw, dang.
Not just for me. Solar eclipse.
It's not for me or the solar eclipse.
I've not been planning this since the last major solar eclipse that went across the entire United States.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
I wasn't like, hey, Kay, do you want a visitor in April of 2024? Which felt like so far in the future back then.
Right?
Do you remember that?
It's wild. Now it's like, oh, it's just a few months now.
They're in a lot of airports. There's still one in the Detroit airport too. Because I went to the Detroit, I flew into the Detroit. I don't know if it's still there, because it's been quite a few years now since I went to Youmacon. But the last time I went to Youmacon out in Detroit, I went to the airport. I flew that time, and there was one in that airport too. They're smaller terminal, but still in that airport.
Still,
I didn't get to go through the Tunnel of Love.
Aww.
And I don't even know, like, it's actually just a walkway, but like apparently they call it the Tunnel of Love at the big terminal for Detroit Airport. I was not in that. It was not in that terminal.
Maybe it's where people like meet their loved ones for the first time.
No, like it's actually like, let me see if I can find a picture of it, because it looks like you're going through the Tunnel of Love, like in like a kind of thing. Let me find it. Tunnel of Love, Detroit Airport. Images. I guess it's just a bunch of lights. I don't know. I don't understand why they call it that, but yeah, I can share.
Who knows?
Present.
Maybe somebody proposed, and they're like, "Oh, it's the Tunnel of Love." I start to get full of water. Yes.
Right here. Yeah, tunnel. It just looks like this. This is all it looks like. Like that.
Oh, that's pretty actually.
Yeah. Let me change the colors.
I want to go there.
But yeah, I was not in this. I was not in that. I was not in that terminal, so I didn't go to that, unfortunately.
Big sad.
But Detroit's actually a really cool city. I really love Detroit. It's one of the coolest cities I've ever been in.
Yeah.
It dies at night though. Like the second the sun goes down and there's like nothing happening.
Huh.
There is no nightlife.
That's interesting. There's too much nightlife here.
It's one of the most dangerous cities in the world.
That makes sense then.
Yeah. So yeah, we'd walk back to our hotel from in Yom when I'd go to Yomican, we'd walk back to our hotel at night and it would just be like silence. Unless you heard
the fun sounds.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Unless you heard a pew pew, which happens every once in a while while you're in Detroit. You hear pew pews. I like saying pew pew.
It's a fun
word to say, or fun couple words to say.
There's like a word for it, but I can't think of it. It's like where
automatopoeia, is that what it is?
I think so.
Automatopoeia.
That's also a fun word.
Where it's the sound, like you're saying the sound, like bang, pop.
Pew pew.
I think it's automatopoeia. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so next month, where do we want to be at our next stream?
NaNoWriMo winners?
Ideally. Because I'm not entirely sure if I want to just take the month off or which project I want to work on next month if I work on a project.
I'll probably work on book 1, volume 1 because I think I have figured out my issue with it. So I want to fix my issue.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. Like I kind of want to let Where the Vinyl Ends simmer a bit longer. So I probably won't start that till the start of the year, the second draft. So if I work on something at all, I'm going to try and go back through what I wrote last year for NaNoWriMo with Man from the Stars. And not really edit it, but like, because what I decided to do is I wanted to add all the different characters, all the main characters' perspective. So I wanted to do like, like what they did with the Animorphs books, but they did that in books, not in chapters, until like towards the end they started having books be written by multiple characters. But like any chapter that starts with a 1 would be this character, any chapter that starts with a 2 will be this character, any chapter that starts with 3 will be this character, that kind of thing. Like just kind of making sure that I give every character kind of their spotlight.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of really great characters. I mean, if I do say so myself, there are a lot of really great characters in The Man from the Stars. And there's a really fun story to be told with all the characters because all the characters are involved, right, to this this whole shebang. And so so I really want to go back through and add those perspectives and then kind of change up the story however I need to make sure those perspectives make sense. You know what I mean? Because right now it's told from one perspective. Halfway through NaNoWriMo last year, I started writing from 2 perspectives when I realized I wanted to write from multiple perspectives. And so then I started kind of playing with that. So there's already somewhat of that happening. I did it so that because I was like, oh, this would add to the drama. Because if it's only ever from this character's perspective, what I want to do with the character doesn't make sense unless I can jump into somebody else's head. I want to go back through. Yeah. I want to go back through and like give all the main characters their perspectives and tell the story for all of them versus just the one. And so I think that might be what I do in December. But not put a lot of emphasis on it, just work on it whenever I feel like working on it versus like, I got to get this finished.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to release both The Man from the Stars and Where the Vinyl Ends next year. So I still want to get it done.
But yeah.
but I'm not going to be like, I'm going to put a lot of stress on myself in the month of December.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I did that in October and I did that this month. And I'm
Mm.
doing that this month because I wanted to finish where the vinyl ends before NaNoWriMo. So I was putting stress on myself in October. And then NaNoWriMo is stressful because it's 50,000 words in the course of 30 days. So like I want to really not do that to myself in December and just enjoy December. So work on it as I want to, not because I need to, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm kind of maybe thinking, kind of like half off writing.
A little juggle.
Nice
balance.
I need to start making videos again too.
You should do that.
Well, I have to do my yearly wrap up at the very least because I've been doing that every year now since 2020. So
oh yeah, gotta do the good stuff.
But this year off from making long form content, or mostly off from making long form content, has been very, very relaxing for me.
That's good.
Eventually, I'll start making long form content again, though. That is coming back eventually once I have a better grasp of what I want to do with my YouTube channel.
Mine's just existing right now.
If that.
It's just
instead of is my snowbush dead, is my channel dead?
Should just upload. Is my channel dead? No.
Yeah, do a YouTube short every day. Is my channel dead? Not yet.
Not yet.
Do it. Okay, you need to do it.
Oh, I need a stethoscope. Is my channel dead?
Yes. Oh my God. This needs to be a YouTube short every single day.
Just be like, hey guys, we're back again to see. Is my channel dead?
And you have to upload it at midnight.
Well, duh. Them's the rules.
If you know, you know.
If you don't know, then I'm sad for you. Go find out.
Go subscribe to K. Subscribe to K.
That one's strawberry, but you don't spell out the strawberry. It's strawberry.
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 Yeah, I'm glad you changed your name from your original name. It sounded cool.
Mm-hmm. And then it was like, I probably should stop.
It was a little problematic.
Yeah.
It was a little problematic.
We grew up.
It's funny because before I started calling you K, I called you by the reason I started calling you K was because your name started with a K. It was a very problematic word. Not very problematic, but a problematic word regardless.
I mean, it's not great.
It's not great. And I used to call you that instead of your full username back then. And I would call you by that first word. And so there are a couple YouTube videos of mine way back in the day. I call you that, and eventually I started calling you K instead because that just made me feel better. It made me feel.
It's just funny because it's like it just stuck, and now it's like here we are.
You didn't miss much.
You missed so much. You should go back and watch the VOD.
You should watch the whole stream all over again.
You missed so much important stuff. So much.
Bye. Have a good appointment.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
What the appointment's for, but enjoy it. If it's something you don't enjoy. Some people don't like their job.
Who likes their job?
I don't mind my job.
I tolerate mine.
Mine pays me money, so
yeah. It pays monies. It has benefits.
I get a pension and a 401k. So like I'm not going anywhere.
Ooh, you got the good stuff.
I have a tattoo appointment.
Are you getting a tattoo?
No, I think because
they do tattoo.
Back to work. They said back to work.
Oh,
back to work.
I don't wanna.
I don't either. Luckily, I have one more day off before I have to go back to work.
I work tomorrow.
Yeah. Sometimes I miss having, I sometimes miss having a weekday off because it like now I have to like take vacation time in order to go to like to the doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I like being able to like adjust it and be like, I will work the weekend because I have to.
A reluctant tattooist. Again, who likes their job?
You would
I
think.
would love to find somebody who's like, you know what? My job is the greatest job on the face of the planet.
I've had a few employees who are like, I love this job. And I'm like, okay.
Was it their first day?
No, they'd actually been there for a couple of months. Okay, so I think it was because we create a great environment.
Okay,
and they were like,
your industry doesn't pay overtime.
No, it doesn't. But they didn't work overtime. So
okay, fair. But I'm like,
pretty sure.
Your industry doesn't pay overtime for hourly employees. When you told me that, I was like, that's illegal. And then I looked it up. I'm like, oh,
loophole.
Not illegal. It's
loophole.
a literal loophole in the labor law. And I'm like, that is messed up.
It is.
That's messed up.
But it's like we don't make the employees work like that long unless they want to. Then it's they chose to do it to themselves.
My job isn't actually even open on the weekends. So my job is literally Monday through Friday. Which is why I chose this job. I was offered 2 jobs. Back when I got this job, I was offered 2 jobs. I was offered this one, and I was offered one with Comcast. And the job with Comcast, which would have given me a lot of really great benefits because I wouldn't have had to have paid to go to Universal, which is great because I don't want to pay to go to Universal because they give money to a transphobe. But so I don't want to pay to go to Universal, but I'd like to go to Universal. But I wouldn't have had to have paid to go to Universal. We would have stayed with cable because cable, because we would have gotten our cable for free and our internet for free.
Ooh.
It would have been really great. But it was in escalations, which to be fair is my current job right now anyway.
Yeah.
But it was in escalations where literally part of the job interview was to listen to some calls and to determine whether or not you feel like you can handle it. They, in their break room, which I would have only used for like 6 months anyway, had massage chairs in their break room because this job is really difficult. But that was still one of those things where like, you're going to work on Saturdays. And I was like, though, then I'm taking the job that's telling me on Monday through Friday. So that's why I chose the job I did choose.
No brainer. I would assume because it's escalation, right?
Yeah, because that's what escalations mean. So basically what I would have done was I would have been working with the people that are like, I want to cancel. And then you get sent to escalations to try and convince you not to cancel. And usually they're cranky. Usually they're like, because I've been that person with Comcast being like, hey, I pay for a service and you're not giving me the service.
Yeah.
Like back when we had Comcast cable, because now we don't do cable, we just have streaming. Back when we did cable, our cable box would go out and they'd be like, yeah, we can fit you in 2 weeks.
Jeez.
We're like, no.
Now, or you pay me
now. So, and they're like, no, like just we'll go to one of your stores and pick up a box because they had stores at the time. I don't know if they still do, but they had stores at the time. We're like, we'll just go to a store and pick up a new box. And like, no, you have to have it like professionally installed. And we're like, then send somebody now.
That's bogus.
So I am looking forward to a time where I never have to deal with people anymore. I want to work in my own little world, doing my own little thing, do my job, clock out at the end of the day, have a glass of wine.
Right. Or I will say, like, now it's not as bad as it used to be, so I'm just kind of chilling.
Or find a rich man.
Problem solved.
I don't have to work anymore once I convince him to marry me.
Problem solved.
That's the retirement plan I'm looking forward to.
The good stuff.
But yeah. I basically am escalations now with my current job. Luckily, it's not as bad. And I'm really good with people. Like, my mom was like, you can't leave customer service. You're so good with people. And I'm like, I'm good with people because I hate people.
You know how to make them shush.
I have a very calming attitude when I need to. When I turn on my customer service persona, I have a very calming personality. In my normal life, but when I'm customer service Brit, first of all, my voice jumps an octave.
Isn't it funny how that happens? You're like, hi, na 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 na.
Yeah,
My voice
jumps a whole octave. My best friend, who's been my best friend since we were like 9 years old, we're like sisters. We're so freaking close. Even she was like, you're a whole different human when you're doing customers. Like, I don't even recognize who you are. You stand differently. You hold your face differently. Like, your voice is different. Like, you are not the same person. But it only works when I'm in customer service. Like, I can't just up and do it. It's really weird.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to a time where I don't have to do it anymore. Because usually the last few times I've had an escalation issue, people would leave that call being like, you're so awesome. Like, thanks so much for helping me. Like, you're great. And I'm like, cool. I am the Karen whisperer. Anyway, but yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking next month is I would love to be done with, even more projects. But I don't want to like stress myself up too much.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, just do a couple of things. It's going to be busy month, so.
Yeah, it's not going to be busy for me, which is why for me it's actually almost easier for me to take some time off because then it's not busy at work and it's not going to be busy with the writing and creative stuff. And so I can just kind of like relax, especially because I have so much time off. Like, literally, I sat in a meeting with my boss and my coworkers, and my boss, she was like, you guys have a lot of like PTO you guys need to use, and it's the type of PTO that doesn't.
Oh yeah.
And
I got some of that.
Yeah, and so she's like, you guys need to take more time off. And so we all sat in that meeting being like, okay. So we all like took time off. So I have so much time off in December. Like, am I working? Novel in our National December Writing Month?
Maybe?
I don't know. Basically, this is exactly what I do. Now, sweetie. No, I don't say sweetie. Yeah. I have used the words, can we agree? Can we agree?
Can we agree? That's funny.
Isn't NaNoWriMo but swap for December?
Well, it's National Novel Writing Month.
It's not November. It's novel.
National November Writing Month. That works.
It works.
Yeah,
it works.
I wonder why they didn't call it that.
Because I think it was just not National Novel Writing Month, and then they put it in November. You know what I mean? Like, I think they'd already come up with the idea, the concept, and then just like said, you know what? At one point, there's gonna be this girl named Britt who's gonna be really busy over the course of November, so we should put it there just to piss her off. I swear.
It's just to annoy you. That's it. There's no actual reason. It's just to annoy you.
I'm that important.
So important. I mean, you've got a book out, so like.
right?
So important.
So important. I'm the most important person in the world.
I mean, I've got a cover done, so you know I'm slightly important.
You're the second most important person in the world. Okay, does that count? Is that okay?
Okay, I'll
You're like
accept it.
leagues below me, though, but leagues below me.
Maybe 1 league.
10,000
No.
under the sea, even.
I thought it was 20,000.
Is it 20,000? I don't know.
I thought it was
My film
20,000.
history- probably. That is both a film history thing and a Disney history thing, so you'd think I would know, but I'm probably wrong because I'm stupid.
I'm looking it up.
It's probably 20. You're
Yeah,
probably right. It's 20,000.
it's 20,000.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Yeah.
20,000 leagues under the sea.
It's both a film history thing and a Disney history thing, so I am very disappointed in myself.
I'm disappointed in you too. I think that bumps me up a league.
It's still over 9,000.
Oh!
Like I said, my brain is mush by the end of November. Like, I am so freaking busy every single day of my life over October and November.
Yeah. It's
Like,
just
good
so
movie.
much.
Also literary history, you're right. But I didn't study literary history. I literally studied film history in college. It's literally what my degree is in. Do you want me to go get my degree and show it to you? Because it's literally film history. And then also I'm just obsessed with Disney. So it can be literary history. That's fine. I didn't study literary history. I did take one literary history class though. I did, which was fairy tale history. But I did that because what?
Fairy tale history?
My college was cool. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. I took one of my classes in college for my major was comic book cinema.
That's so wild.
My textbook was The Watchmen.
Nice.
My textbook.
Nice.
It was before The Watchmen came out as a movie because I went to school a long time ago. When I left school initially in 2009, and then I took a 10-year break and then finally graduated in 2019. But yeah, I can't remember when The Watchmen came out as a movie, but it was announced
March 6th, 2009. Has it been that long?
I didn't take it in 2009. I didn't take that class in 2009 because it wasn't like one of the last classes I took. It was announced as a movie, but it wasn't out as a movie yet.
Oh, so, it came out March 2009.
I must have taken that class in 2008. I did because Cosmo was little. Cosmo was born in 2008, and I didn't live here. So yeah, it was 2008 that I took that class. So yeah, it was like it had been announced, but it wasn't a movie yet. But yeah, we watched a whole bunch of movies that are based on comic books, whether it be superhero or like ones that are not superhero ones.
That's cool.
As graphic novels, yeah. And we also one of the other ones was also Persepolis, which is another really great graphic novel. I still actually have that one.
I want to read that. I haven't read it yet.
Persepolis is great. There's actually a second one. I don't have it. It so I can read it.
You should do it.
I like Persepolis a lot. Persepolis was really cool. It's a really great story. The art is so like simple, but fun. I like it. But yeah, no, it was like literary history class. And it was the history of fairy tales. And I was interested in taking it as an elective because I'm obsessed with Disney and I knew that like all of the different, all of the fairy tales had like darker, original stories. And so I was just like, I wanted to like take that class and like learn more about the actual history, why they were written that way and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And then how they changed over time to eventually get to the Disney version. If they're in the Disney version, because Disney has not done every single fairy tale, but
no, just some of them.
Is she up to 4 volumes?
I didn't even know there was a third one out.
Really? I thought there were only 2.
I've only seen 2.
I got some catching up to do. Persepolis is great.
Oh my god, no, I don't want to donate. I only see 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you have the complete in a single book. I have just the first one because I think at the time only one of them was out at the time.
Yeah.
When my professor made me read Persepolis, which I'll always thank him for because I like I said, I became a huge fan of it. I just never got the second one, and apparently 3 and 4.
I don't see a 3 and 4, so I don't know.
Well, Wikipedia might be wrong.
This is true.
Persepolis.
Oh, okay. So only the English one has 2 volumes, and then the complete has all. Okay.
Got it.
That makes sense.
That does make a lot better sense. I forgot there was actually also a movie to it.
Was there?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Got you. Yeah, I need to reread volume 1 and then need to get volume 2.
For sure.
I was gonna say, I mean, I can't imagine she's completed it when it's literally about her life, like, because more things are gonna happen in her life that she's gonna be like, I want to write about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
More things happen.
yes,
that makes sense.
Yeah. So it was a fun class. We watched History of Violence and we watched Road to Perdition and we watched I think the third Spider-Man movie from the only Spider-Man movies that were around back then.
Tobey Maguire
ones. It was the first time I ever saw the third one. It wasn't as bad as people make it out to be. Like, it's fine.
I don't think I've seen. I can't remember if I've seen the second one. I've seen the first one, but I don't remember if I've seen
the second one a lot. Actually, I personally liked the second one a lot.
I don't remember it, but it's been like so long.
The third one was fine. It is what it is. It's fine. It's not great. We watched one of the X-Men movies, and we watched.
Those are fun.
Yeah, I can't remember. We watched Batman Begins, I think.
Nice.
I wasn't a big fan of the Nolan movies.
I like the old 90s ones.
Old 90s. My favorite will always and forever be Batman Forever. Like,
it's good.
Only because I love Jim Carrey, but like it was good. And then
fun.
My former governor was in the Batman and Robin. Jesse Ventura.
Oh. He's like, I don't know.
And another former governor was also in that one.
I remember that one. I was like, wait,
no, Jesse Ventura was he played like one of the people with him.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've watched that one. But he played one of those characters with him. I can't remember what they were called or what his name was or anything. But I met Jesse Ventura once.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was gonna do a parade in Pequot Lakes, which is the town I went to school in, and the parade started in my parents' candle factory parking lot. And so there's somewhere in the abyss of our pictures a picture of me with Jesse Ventura, and my dad he sent it out because this was before social media. My dad emailed it out to like everybody he knew. Like, my daughter's hobnobbing with politicians now.
That's funny.
Yeah. So there is a picture of like, I don't even know how old I was, 12 maybe, 13, something like that. With Jesse Ventura. While he was governor. That's also cool. Why there's our post office, the post office in Pequot Lakes has a mural on it, and it was painted because they're like, we have to beautify Pequot Lakes because Jesse Ventura is coming.
That's funny.
Let me see if I can find it on the internet.
That would be funny.
Mural in Pequot. Which I think is hilarious that the town is called Pequot Lakes, because the Pequot never ever lived in Minnesota.
Huh.
Images. There it is. Oh, that's probably problematic. It's been a minute since I've seen it because I have not been up there recently.
Oh dear.
Sure. Right here.
Oh, yeah.
This was painted back then. It's still, I mean, they've kept it up. They've kept it looking nice.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, I don't know how recent this particular picture is, but like I could probably find it on like Google Street View. Pequot Lakes, Minnesota.
Yeehaw.
We don't say yeehaw.
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 There you go.
Oh my god, I don't even know where I am right now. Where am I? Where's the town? There's Tasty Pizza North. Okay, I got my bearings straight. We want to be over here. Where's 371 now? I don't know.
Don't ask me.
Why don't you know? Okay.
Because we don't have one.
Okay. Nope. I figured out where I am. Perfect. I know where I am now. Here we go. When was this taken? Oh, September of 2019. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. That's Pfeiffer Drug. We want to go this way. Down Main Street. Oh, this is July of 2023. Okay. There we go. Okay. I will add that to the stage again. This is what it looked like in July.
Okay.
They painted this.
Yeah,
this is the church I went to when I was a kid.
Nice.
This used to be a grocery store. You guys want to see my old high school?
Let's go on an adventure.
Whee! Is this what our streams have become?
Meep.
Welcome to my old high school, everyone. This is my old high school. This was added after I left. This was high school. Then this was the middle school, and this was the elementary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then my senior year of high school, the elementary went bye-bye, and they got rid of the playground, which was over here. And then this became the middle school, and then this became the high school. And then they built this monstrosity of a gym.
Of course.
This used to be a parking lot where I parked. That's okay. Nobody deserves my parking spot.
No one can ever have it.
Nope. Anyway, that's Pequot Lakes, everyone.
Fun.
Yeah. And now my parents' old candle factory is now the city hall.
That's wild.
Thanks.
That is wild.
Yep. So just anybody who wants to can Google Pequot Lake City Hall. My parents built that building with their own two hands. Well, four.
Whoa.
Just kidding. Yeah. And no, they did not design it after the White House, like everybody in Pequot Lakes would always make fun of me for. They actually designed it just because my mom liked colonial architecture, and so they made like a colonial building. It just so happens to look like the White House because the White House is a colonial. Okay,
that's funny.
They gave the shirtless guy a 6-pack, probably.
They did. He's strong.
You're strong. I mean, I'm the one that did weight training this morning, so.
I know strong. I know lift. No lift things. I lift laptop. Very strong.
Very strong. Very, very strong. All right, Kay, where do you want to be next month by next stream?
Whee! Did that work how I wanted it? It did! Yay!
Where do you want to be next stream?
I want to win NaNoWriMo.
You want to win NaNoWriMo?
I want to win NaNoWriMo. If it takes 3 books to do it, I will do it.
For it.
Like right now, it's taking 2 books.
Where would you want to be doing anything else by the time we do our next stream, or are you just going to take a break after NaNoWriMo?
It depends, because I mean, it's like the second Saturday, hopefully, when the next stream happens. So
the first Saturday is literally the first of the month, or something like that.
Yeah, so it's the second Saturday.
Oh, sorry, the second is Saturday.
That doesn't make sense, but okay. I can't math.
But yeah, so
I wrote the date. That's why. Okay, I'm getting my dates all mixed up.
No. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing we really need to check in on is how do we do with NaNoWriMo, and what are our plans for the month of December? Because yeah, we're doing it pretty early next month.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, we could maybe muck about with some stuff, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to be done with NaNoWriMo and be done with this book because I don't like it.
Right? Like, can you just go away?
At all. Like, this book will probably never, like I said to you before, like it's gonna be like, because it's a prequel. I'm making it a prequel to the other fantasy story that I started thinking of in high school, the one that was supposed to be an OEL manga. It's supposed to be a prequel to that. And now I'm thinking I want to go back and make it like this actual like storybook that one of the main characters from the fantasy series, fantasy trilogy, he carries around everywhere he goes because it's his favorite story and he's obsessed with it. And he just carries it around pretty much everywhere he goes. And so maybe making it the storybook. And so then I release at least the first book of this series and then release the storybook. And I think it'd be fun. You know?
I think that would be fun.
I don't know. We'll see. Or I say, screw that story. It's terrible.
Fuyana, right?
One of them.
We don't need it. It's fine.
This is how my hair is right now.
Mine's tied up. Ha ha ha. Well, it's a clip, but you know.
I don't know where this frizz is coming from today.
Maybe you caught our humidity.
It's actually drying up here.
Oof, it's not. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, I think.
We have really dry winters.
Disgusting.
Which means my rosacea is going to be great.
Oh, love that. Love that for you.
Because rosacea makes your skin already dry enough. And so when it gets dry outside and your skin's like, except now I'm going to be drier and actually literally just bleed.
Big oof.
That's why whenever somebody makes fun of my face, I'm like, I mean, yeah, I'm ugly, but like, whatever. But like they make fun of my rosacea because they think it's, acne or whatever. And I'm like, no, it's just an incurable skin condition that's extremely painful. Thanks. Thanks for noticing.
Thanks. Bye.
That's why I usually have a filter on these days because it's getting bad.
Yeah, my knuckles will start to crack during the winter because it's like so much hand washing and stuff. It's just like, oh.
Yeah. Come back to the whole face. Yeah, my hands get really bad in the wintertime too. They do. They get real bad.
Yeah. I think it's just inevitable.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's where I think we're good. I know we thought about the idea of taking some time to actually write together, but we've already been doing this for 2 hours. So
probably not.
Really, I should have just named this like, let's distract ourselves from NaNoWriMo as long as possible.
Nano who?
Nano what?
Nano why?
Nano where?
Don't know where.
Nano when?
Nano, how?
I don't know how.
We just try.
Yeah, so I will be at 30,000 words today. And I will upload hopefully at least one of my shorts to this channel today.
You should do it.
I'm trying to upload 2 a day, and then every time I remember to do it, I always forget the next like 3 days. It's fine.
Oops. It's fine.
I don't even remember the last one I actually uploaded. I should look at that.
Every other day. Every other day.
I think I upload because I uploaded last night. That much I remember. But I don't remember. Let me see. View my channel. View your channel. View my channel shorts. I'm gonna turn this down real quick because it's gonna make noise. 13. So I uploaded day 13 yesterday. So I have
Nice.
5 I have to upload.
That's not too bad.
It's not terrible.
It's not the worst.
I've been in worse situations.
It's fine.
So, and then eventually I'm going to start my Pixar thing back up too. I haven't watched a Pixar movie in a minute. But I'm not paying for Disney Plus anymore. But I have it through Hulu. And apparently they're going to be the same app soon.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. They're just like merging everything, and it's like, can you not?
Well, Disney owns Hulu, so why maintain 2 apps?
Yeah, you may as well just bunch them together.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if it were acne, like there's nothing wrong with acne. There's there's literally nothing wrong with acne. You know what I mean? Like it's just so stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Think that they have any say in what somebody else looks like. Like I've been made fun of for my face. I've been made fun of for my weight. I've been made fun of for my teeth. I'm sorry my parents couldn't afford braces.
Oh no, people aren't rich. Oh no, actual people don't fit beauty standards. Oh no.
If you don't want to look at my face, you don't have to watch my videos. And to be fair, anytime somebody's made fun of me, like ever since I got, thicker skin from doing YouTube for so long, I'm like, hey, it's engagement.
Right? It's like, oh no, you're boosting me.
Video.
Oh no, boost. Oh no. What in the fuck?
Thanks for engaging with my video.
It's like the funniest thing because it's like, oh, you don't like this person? Well, guess what you're doing right now? You're promoting them.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's silly.
And I mean, I think I've already made public why I was really thin when I first started YouTube. But if you can guess why I was really thin when I started YouTube, you might be able to put together pieces of things that I'm saying of I was really thin when I started YouTube.
Yep.
For a reason. There were things I was doing and things I wasn't, there were things I wasn't doing that made me very unhealthy, we'll say, when I was a thin person.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do those things in a healthy way. I have a good relationship with food and a good relationship with working out.
Which is good.
And guess what? I'm a large body person. I wonder, must that be the genetics?
Oh, wild. Weird.
And I'm super healthy. What? Does not compute.
No.
Anyway. Wild.
Right.
Exactly. Thanks for the clicks, chump.
Thanks for the clicks, even though you don't like me. Ha!
Yeah. Ugh. But yeah, I live in a fat phobic society, so unfortunately I still struggle with my body image every once in a while. But whatever.
Yeah. Oh well, you got us.
It's true. What does this do? Oops, I meant to do this. So wait. Okay, I'm back at the mural. So if I now present, bear with me as I'm just exploring things.
That's dangerous.
This do. Did I break it? There. Oh, that's it? That was boring. I was expecting it to be cooler.
What were you trying to do?
I was thinking that it was going to do the thing that Teams does. And like cut us out.
Oh.
You know?
Nope. We're not fancy like that.
StreamYard isn't that fancy.
No. I mean, maybe
And
if
then
you
the
pay.
stream ends because StreamYard is listening. You're speaking ill of us.
How dare you? Cancel. I mean, if you pay for it, it might be fancy.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If I paid for it, we wouldn't have a watermark up in the corner right above your head.
Wait. I did that wrong. You mean the watermark's above my head?
Bum, bum, bum!
Ah!
Van Gogh.
I need a hero. Where's my hero?
Is he topping the Koopa yet? No, he's not topping the Koopa yet.
I mean, he could. He could just, you know. Boop, 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 boop.
I don't
Van
think
Gogh.
don't think that's what topping means, but okay. I mean, we should keep it at least somewhat PG. There you go. That works. It's about as PG as that's PG. I keep it PG.
Winner.
And with that, I think we should probably say goodbye for the time being. Catch us November. No, not in November. Not anymore.
November next week. More Nano.
Well, remember we were considering.
We were.
I mean, I don't know
like,
if you were ever seriously considering. I was seriously considering.
I thought about it, but then I had too much to do at work.
It's fair.
So it's a no.
December 9th is the next stream. So join us. December 9th. Same bat time, same bat place.
Same bat channel.
Same bat channel. Not Bat Boy. And not smut magazines. But we do write smutty books sometimes.
It's what the characters want.
Characters be horny, y'all.
It is what it is. We can't stop it. I mean, we try, but.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy. And we'll see you all next month for the next creative accountability stream. Bye.
Bye.